Today we're talking to Altrincham goalkeeper Matt Gould. Matt played in Tuesday night's 2-1 defeat against Chesterfield at the SMH Group Arena, and Matt replaced Ethan Ross, who unfortunately pulled up in the warm-up. First of all, Matt, it was a terrific team performance.
Yeah, fantastic, and I think it's been alluded to many a time over the last couple of days that since we've been in this at this level, it's probably one of the best performances against a team of that calibre. Some of the interplay starting from the back all the way through, and just summed up by the goal that we scored, was unbelievable. It's just a shame we couldn't get over the line in the end, but look, you can see how well we're building and how this club is growing, and just the job that the gaffer and Sorves do, and some of the little tactical information we've been given over the last 6 months in particular has changed our style of play even more, and we're becoming more fluid and more even more exciting than we already were, because we were always since I've been here, since I've played against Altrincham, it's always been exciting football.
And we've done all right at Chesterfield in the 4 visits that we've played against them since been promoted to the National League, although we've only got one result, a 2-2 draw a couple of seasons ago. But on Tuesday night, one thing that was very, very noticeable in terms of how we've improved was how well organised we are defensively, how disciplined we are when the opposition are in possession.
Yeah, again, it's something that we speak about a lot, and one of the key parts of last season that we wanted to build on from this year was conceding less goals and being attacking, but being assured at the back. And I think it's credit to the defenders that have been playing and the 2 midfielders in front. I think, like you said, Elliot and Osborne and Isaac Merritt have a massive part of that. But the back 4 growing, they're still so young if you look at the ages of them, and they're still improving game by game. And like you said, for someone like Bainsey and Jake Cooper and Eddie, they've all stepped up from last year, and it's really exciting to see, and just show the talent that they've got.
The goal we scored, a wonderful goal, very typical of the way Altrincham play, classic Altrincham goal in many ways, but one of the highest calibre goals that we scored this season. Yeah,
brilliant. It started to think for Isaac winning the ball back in midfield, and we countered, and the awareness of Newby to get the ball into Regan, and Regan's little flick, like we spoke about last year. You may not have seen that, but Regan's improving every day in training, and he's seen that, and he's given it to someone whose calibre of finishing is top notch. And look, every week he looks like he's going to score 2 or 3 goals at the moment. He's such a wonderful player, and something that Chris is doing even better is the way he's working back as well, and helping the team unit defend from the front. Sorry.
And the Chesterfield crowd were really getting frustrated throughout that second half, because whilst they had a lot of the ball, a lot of the territory, they weren't really making too many inroads into our defence. And you had a really quiet night.
I did have a quiet night. Like you get thrown into them games and you expect to be busy, but it's just full credit to the team's performance behind the ball, and then in possession, some of the football, like I said before, the way we could move the ball from side to side and then penetrating them, and some of the chances we had. Look at we had probably better chances overall than them. Look, James Berry's finish at the end was just high quality, and sometimes a bit of quality wins them games.
Yeah, he certainly made a difference when he came on. I think he and Mandeville had an impact on the game, but particularly James Berry. It was a wonderful piece of play by him, and the technique to curl it round the defender and just inside the post was outstanding.
Look, we've had James in my first year here. James was brought in, and you could see the talent in him, and that's why the gaffer brought him in, and he went out and did his learning at Macclesfield, and fair play to him. He's a really talented player, and he's another one that will probably push up and onto the league at some point.
Now, you're in your 4th season at Altrincham Football Club, so that makes you, along with Matty Costello, the longest continuous service players at Altrincham Football Club. So you've seen the whole journey since we were promoted back in the summer of 2020. We've made a lot of progress.
Yeah, it's been amazing to see. And 2 years ago, when we went full time, losing that group of players was from an outside view would have looked like almost like an impossible job to fill, because you're getting rid of all the best part-time footballers probably in the country. You look at the impact that Josh Hancock had, Jordan Hume had, Tony Thompson had, and the improvements they made into being part-time but playing in a full-time league. They were going to be hard to replace, but you can see every day over the 2 years, and the players that we've brought in and the calibre of players we've brought in, especially this year on top, how well we're doing, and how big. We're a top non-league club, we were a top back in 70s, 80s. We were a top non-league club, and we were becoming that again, and that's what everyone's here to achieve.
In those first 2 seasons when we were a part-time club in the National League, is it only now that we can perhaps see how difficult a job that was? Yes,
but when you've got a manager and an assistant manager whose beliefs in how we play are so strong, and their message to the players is delivered the right way, then no, you expect it from their top people, and top professionals that have got of very high quality. So knowing that what they've done, you can't expect anything less from them.
Now you're in a unique position at Altrincham Football Club, as you're a goalkeeper and the goalkeeping coach. So your schedule in a week will be slightly different to everybody else's at the club. What's a typical week look like?
Look, we do our analysis at week on a Sunday. I'll go through, if we got a Tuesday game, I'll go through opposition analysis and have a look at potential threats, so we can cover on a Monday. When we have got a free week, Monday, depending on the Saturday, probably a recovery for whoever's playing. So it will be about making sure myself, Sharp, or whoever's, and the other goalkeepers that are in the building are just kept topped up. Tuesday we then integrate the goal, it's been Ethan, so integrate Ethan back into training and make sure he's probably doing more of a physical session on a Tuesday, because look, when we play a game on a Saturday, it's more mentally challenging than physically challenging. Training's where we get our physical challenges, so making sure he's physically prepared, so that Thursday, Friday again we can look at the opposition. Thursday is more of a session based on opposition, and then Fridays are just, I call it get yourself being happy day, so you feel comfortable and around the goal, and you're just ready for the game then. On a Friday we do analysis. Look, Ethan's someone who really loves his analysis and really will take it upon himself to go out his way and look at clips, so he's always asking me for information, so I just let him say whatever information you want you can have, and he just looks it up, and he's been really good with that this year. Probably you can judge by some of the penalty saves he's made. He's very knowledgeable, and then on top of that, I've also got to keep myself fit in my gym work. So I'm in the mornings, first in, doing my gym work, so that I'm prepared. Then I can prepare Ethan for his, and Ethan, Ollie, and the younger goalkeepers for training.
And what proportion of your week is spent as a group of goalkeepers in specific goalkeeping focus, as compared with training with the rest of the team?
So on a Monday, we probably get 40 to 50 minutes each, Monday, Tuesday and Thursday. On a Friday, like I said, it's more about making sure that Ethan's prepared, so it's 15-20 minutes max. If we need to do extra work, we'll go out the rest of the goalers go out slightly earlier, do 20 more minutes, and then make sure that we're focused on helping Ethan for ready for the game.
And he's been a fantastic acquisition for the club. He's made a big difference this season.
Look, he's a fantastic goalkeeper, and he's a goalkeeper that has got higher levels in him, and hopefully he takes us to higher levels. His performances this year have been generally outstanding. Look, I've known Ethan probably eight years now, and the reason we get on is we've got such similar work ethic, and we've been brought up with similar coaches, so we kind of bounce off each other, and we know how each other works. And what he's brought to me as well as a coach, he's helped me as well, because I'm working with another goalkeeper who's mentally switched on to what he needs to do to perform.
And for those Alty fans who don't know, can you remind us how your introduction to Ethan?
So when my old man was at West Brom, Ethan was a young goalkeeper, and I was at Stourbridge at the time, but training as a full-time goalkeeper at West Brom. So I was put in the changing room with 4 young goalkeepers at 19, 20, and I was 22 at the time. And they were Ethan Ross, Alex Palmer, who's West Brom's number 1, and Jack Rose, who was playing for Southend United as their number 1. So I had 3 goalkeepers that were just growing their trade, and I was put in there to kind of a little bit stir things a little bit, because I'm that sort of character. I like trying to challenge people and try and bring out different sides of them so they can improve. And yeah, me and Ethan, I don't think Ethan liked me when we first met because I challenged him. I think that's what my old man asked me to do, so I did. And look, ever since then, after a while we became really good friends, and I lived at his house for 3 weeks. We went on holiday before, and look, we just got a really good working relationship, and we've always worked hard when we're working together.
And our first experience of Ethan Ross was at the J Davidson Stadium against Worcester City in the 2016-17 season. And he'll go down in history as conceding the fastest ever goal at the J Davidson Stadium that we've scored in the history of the football club. Elliot Newby scoring what was our only home win that season, which is a quite remarkable statistic. But when I watched that back a few weeks ago when we interviewed Alex Newby, Elliot's twin, what was noticeable was Ethan is barely recognisable in terms of size and everything. Yeah,
he obviously when I met him, he was quite slender, slim, 6'5". I wouldn't say he was a beanpole, but he was skinny. But he worked incredibly hard in the gym. Sometimes I think there was a time where my old man told him to put on weight, and he went on and put 20 odd kilograms on, and he came back pre-season and he had to lose weight because he took it too far, and he got himself to almost the Hulk status, and some of the lads have called him the Hulk already this season. But he lost it, and look, he keeps himself in such great shape. He's always in the gym, and that's something that he prides himself on.
So our next action is another really, really tough assignment, a long trip down to Essex, possibly the longest trip we'll face this season in terms of travelling time, and we're playing a really good side in Southend United.
Yeah, Southend, you just look at the season they've had, and they're just really unfortunate that the points deduction was there, because they'd be right up there in the mix. When we played them at home, we had a really good game, and again, some of the football we played that day was excellent, and we thankfully came on top. So hopefully we can put in the performance like we did against Chesterfield against them, and but hopefully the result turns in our favour.
And Marcus Dackers is a man that we're likely to come up against on Saturday. He made his second debut for Southend in the win at Eastleigh on Saturday, and we know all about Marcus. We know what a threat he can be. Marcus is a really good player, and I think you saw it in the first game we played. Definitely, it was a bit unfortunate because the other 3 games we played, we had sending off, so you couldn't see the proper attacking exploits that he's got. Again, you look at him in training, he's someone who had great feet for someone of his size. And a really nice lad as well, and he did a great job for us when he came in. And I think we all know he's a goal-scoring threat, but I thought he did a particularly good job defending our own area from corners. He won quite a few key headers. Yeah, no, at 6'8", he was sometimes at 6'8" you shrink, don't you? But he was one that was really, really strong in the air, and helped us out a lot with set pieces, especially in that first couple of games. And then we do finally return to the J Davidson Stadium on Tuesday when we're live on TV. TNT Sports will be at the J Davidson Stadium for another huge game. It's the first time that Rochdale have ever come to Altrincham for a league game, so an historic occasion, and it's sure to be a really exciting night. We've just named 3 teams that are big teams, aren't we? With Chesterfield, Southend and Rochdale that all used to be in the league, so it's exciting times for Altrincham Football Club. And look, we're going to go after Saturday. Obviously, we've got Saturday to get out of the way, so we'll focus on that, but go into our home form with a lot of confidence, and especially after the win against Barnet, and hopefully we can have 2 good performances in the next 2 games. and we're in the playoffs, but it's really tight there. If any team goes on a good run or a bad run, even a short number of games, they can make a big difference to their position, either positively or negatively. But I think there's a real confidence within the players, within the team, and within the management that we can achieve that this season.
Yeah, I think so. Look, obviously we speak in house about things, and we're in a position now where we just got to keep winning football games and keep performing, but most importantly, keep the performance levels up so that we are in position to win football games. And so if we play like we did against Chesterfield every week, we'll be in and around that playoffs.